On April 16, 2007, life at a peaceful college campus changed forever. A student at Virginia Tech killed 33 people and injured 17 more before eventually turning on himself. He was deemed mentally unstable, but for some reason was still able to purchase 2 semi-automatic weapons. There's a quote by an anonymous person saying, "If guns kill people, then I blame misspelled words on my pencil. Guns don't kill people, people do." This is why I believe that if people take the time to pass a concealed weapons permit, they should be allowed to have guns on campus for 3 reasons. Number 1, guns are safe. Number 2, guns are concealed. And number 3, guns are controlled. A lot of people think that guns should not be allowed on campus because then anyone would be free to kill people. But if they have a concealed weapons permit, that isn't the case. My first point, guns keep students safe. No school is immune to school shootings. And if a student just happens to decide to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to kill some people, somebody in that class will have a gun with them and will be able to stop them before hurting dozens of people. Gordon Davies, who was a director of state council for higher education in Virginia, states that on average there are 16 killings every year at United States colleges and universities. Matthew Miller and a group of professors from various universities conducted a survey in 2002 in order to find out just how many students actually carry guns on campus, even though it is illegal. And we're shocked to find that 11% of all males and 4% of all females have had loaded firearms on campus during one of their 4 years. Now that you know just how many people have actually carried guns on campus illegally, don't you think you have the right to protect yourselves against these people? My second main point is guns are concealed, which is fairly obvious. You can't just walk around campus and be like, hey, I have a gun, because that could get you in a lot of trouble. But in order to have a concealed weapons permit, it must be just that, concealed. Thomas Harnish, who is the Research Associate Government Relations and Policy Analysis Team Director, states that not only does the Second Amendment give us the right to bear arms, but also, if you have a concealed weapons permit, you can carry your guns into public malls, restaurants, even playgrounds where students play. So what's so different about a college campus where we're all grown-ups? Not everyone is eligible to have guns, which leads me into my third point. Guns are controlled. Not everyone can purchase firearms, and therefore they can't have a concealed weapons permit, and the government can control who gets those. Gordon Davies also mentions the Federal Gun Control Act of 1968, which prevents the selling of firearms to people deemed a threat to themselves or to society. And if people are institutionalized or deemed mentally unstable, their name goes into a database with all the other criminals in the United States, and they are no longer able to purchase firearms, which means they cannot get a concealed weapons permit. He also did an article on the SCCC, which stands for Students for Controlled Carry on Campus. These students are lobbying in an attempt to get guns legalized on school because they believe that they should be allowed to protect themselves. And one of their main arguments is, what happens if a student is studying late at a library and then has to walk home in the dark or take a subway in the instances of larger cities, not so much for million. But the school should not be allowed to take away their legal rights to defend themselves from having guns, because if they are not allowed on campus, how are they supposed to have them on the way home after school? People who want to have guns have to pass various safety courses, pass written tests, and must be deemed mentally stable. Think of all the positive points of having guns on campus. If someone does happen to shoot in your class, somebody will be able to stop them before hurting dozens of people. And if people have had guns at Virginia Tech, dozens of people may have been saved. In 2008 at Northern Illinois University, 5 students were killed and 21 were injured, and this is another case where people may have been saved. We shouldn't have to fear for our lives just because the world has a few crazy people in it. If people take the necessary precautions to get a concealed weapons permit, they should be allowed to have guns on campus for 3 reasons. Guns keep students safe, guns are concealed, and 3, guns are controlled.